Hello everyone, it is Pat with some angel card messages. Today is I think it's the 3rd of June, and I haven't been on in quite a while. The energies around right now are very turbulent, and as I don't have to tell you, there's a lot going on in the world. And but I felt called to come back on today, just for to share a few uplifting messages here and pull some cards for us. So I pulled from the Archangel cards to see who's watching over us, and of course, who came up but Michael with this message that you are safe. And he says, I'm protecting you against lower energies and guarding you, your loved ones, and your home. So I feel with that message, it's his way, it's the angel's way of letting us know that this too shall pass. This time of craziness out there in the world, it's there's a lot that's good about it, and there's a lot that's not so good about it. I mean, we're standing up for ourselves, but the situation is also being manipulated by other outside people coming in and creating havoc and mayhem and things like that. So it's a reminder to call on him. And, when I see this card, sometimes it also reminds me that it is a card of justice. And it's a reminder to us that justice will be served. And it may take a little while to play itself out, but call on him. And I like to call on Michael too when I meditate, and send him out to the world, send him out to the protesters to help keep them safe, especially if they're there peacefully. And so you can send his light and energy out to the world. There is nothing too big or too small when you call upon the archangel, God, or the archangels. So anyways, so Michael is overseeing us, and we can call on him for his protection anytime we go out, and for the situations that are going on in the world. Okay, so of course I pulled from his deck too, the Archangel Michael deck. And the card that came out was this one, a favorable outcome. It was the first one that flipped out of the deck. So it's a card to have hope, because ultimately the ending to this story will be favorable. There will be peace and balance that comes back into our world again. It sort of reminds me, I was thinking of it yesterday, it sort of reminds me of that scenes in some movies, like I guess the Lord of the Rings movie series, that trilogy came to mind, because I saw all of them the other day on this YouTube channel where they are together apart. It's something like that, and they all came back together. But I was reminded of that scene in the Return of the King, where everything seems at its worst. They all go in there to fight for Frodo, and all of them are like struggling. The outside battle is really seeming to go bad all of a sudden, and then Frodo gets attacked by Gollum, if you're familiar with the Lord of the Rings movies, and it's that last minute drama where you really aren't sure how it's going to mess up, and evil is going to overtake everything. But in the end, it doesn't. There is a favorable outcome. Gollum falls into the fire pit. The ring goes back to where it came from, and the whole evil thing implodes, and they are victorious. They have a favorable outcome. So, but I feel like right now we are at that point where it looks like it's really bad, and it may even get, what seems to be a little bit worse. Sometimes things do get worse before they get better. Sometimes things get really ugly before you have a wonderful, beautiful outcome. I grew up in Salem, where the witch trials, it seemed like everybody was being, you had to be really careful about what you do or what you did, because you could be accused. And then finally a person came in and said, no, you have to stop doing this. You can't accuse people of this based on, this kind of evidence. You need something more. And so it's, when I see a card like these from Michael, it's just a reminder, okay, that this too shall pass. Balance will come back. Justice will come back in to balance the scales. And in fact, that's what he has in this picture. It's to the two scales. So don't lose faith, don't lose hope, okay? I pulled from the Saints and Angels deck too, and the two cards that I got were Child and Be Brave. I think for a lot of us, the children are, like the teenage children, the young adult children, are doing a lot during this time. But it's also triggering a lot of our childhood fears for some of us. So it is a time we still need to be brave, okay? And you have to be brave when you're facing your fears, when you're facing the ugliness of the world, okay? It doesn't mean it's going to overtake us, but there are times in our lives when we have to confront it and speak truth to power, and we have to be brave to do that. So they're helping us with that. Anyways, just a short, quick set of messages for today. I hope you are all well, and I look forward to speaking with you again sometime soon. Take care, everyone.